And I'm back, and I'm going to show you a nice close-up of this. So I've cut away part of the neck, back of the neck, and you can see now the pole that is attached to the base plate. So base plate here, and then this is the pole. This pole here is a solid metal pole, and it goes right the way up. You can see here it's going up, and it goes right the way up to the top of the head. Okay, so basically everything is built around this, or rather this is the thing supporting everything. And the reason it's such a good support is that it's a solid structure. There's nothing fitted into anything. The pole is welded onto the base unit, so it's very, very solid. Now I will just say at this point, for anyone who is watching this video thinking, hang on a sec, I thought that was cake. Well, actually, this was never intended to be cake, and the reason I'm telling you this is because at the time that I made it, there were some lovely, lovely comments, lots of lovely comments, and then some awful ones, mainly on the Daily Mail. And a lot of them were talking about cake, must have gone stale, must be disgusting, you know, all that sort of thing. And then people saying, oh wow, that's amazing, how have you made it from cake? This was never intended to be a cake. This was an entry for Cake International, and it went into the decorative exhibit entry. The rules of which are that you can have internal supports, wires, dummies. The thing is that you can't have anything on the outside of the cake, so you can't have any visible supports or wires on the exterior, and this does conform to all of those rules. So as I said, it is a decorative sugar exhibit. Okay, so I'm now going to get the hoover out, because there's a lot of polystyrene and little balls are everywhere. So I'm going to get the hoover out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working, taking apart, I'll just put that in focus there, the hair part, the structure that I've built further up to make her hair. Okay, so I will come back to that and show you that later. Okay, everything's a little bit tidier now. Probably be finding polystyrene balls for weeks and weeks, but basically much tidier. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to show you how I created the inside structure of this piece. So the first thing to do is to take away a layer of the hair, because I want to show you this tape that's underneath. Okay. So I'm just going to make a cut. This isn't very thick actually, so it won't take too much to get through it. It's like peeling away a bit of an Easter egg, only not quite as tasty after a year or so. Okay, so you can see here that this is the kind of tape that I've used. It's a mesh tape. I will show you the tape itself because I happen to have it in this drawer. Aha, there it is. Okay, so this is the type of tape I've used. Now you can see here, this is a mesh tape, and it's got a kind of a fabric grid that runs through it. Now what that does is it makes it nice and strong, so you know when it comes to putting something on it, you see that's nice and strong, and it's quite flexible. So I wanted it because I knew I had to go a curve this way and a curve around. I wanted something that was quite flexible, so that's what I went for. Okay, so now I'm just going to take away the rest of this. Oh, it's like a big Easter egg chunk, but not chocolate. It's a good job it isn't, because I just want to eat it if it was. Okay, so now you can see we've just got all this mesh tape, and I'll do a little close-up for you so that you can get a better view of it. Okay, so let's come right into a close-up. Okay, so you can see now, you can see this kind of mesh tape, and it doesn't look see-through because it does have quite a few layers of it on. And one of the really big things about this piece was the preparation. So you know, it was a long time before I could actually start putting any hair on any decorations, because there was a lot of layering up to do, and you'll see as we go further into it, you'll see the layering up that I had to do in order to be able to start all the fun bits. Okay, so let's get to work, and I will start cutting through that, and then I can show you the inside. You can already see here, you can see this pole or this wire sticking down. That was anchored in the dummy, but obviously that's been cut away now, and I'll show you how I created the support. Okay, so let's start cutting. I'm supposed to go down here. Let's take that away. And over here. Whoop. Take that away. And then down here. You'll be able to get an idea of exactly how this looks inside. So you can see it's a really nice thick piece of mesh, but it does the trick brilliantly. And what I did was I cut strips, you know, pieces that were about, I don't know, 8-10 centimeters long. I'm going to put them across in pieces. I didn't use long pieces because that would have been really difficult to try and build it up. It's kind of like doing papier-mâché but with tape instead, so I've built it up so that it's quite, you know, it's quite a thick layer. So I'm going to take away a bit more here on this side so I can show you. Actually, let's go to go right down and we'll take away. Okay, my fingers is really sharp now. Right, now you can see that that one was there and that was anchored into the head, and you can see that these, and that happens, that goes all the way around, are anchored in the head. Okay, just showing you the wires. I've got a mixture of, I got some fairly thick wires from B&Q, which is this gold one. That's quite a strong thick wire, and I used a certain number of those in it just to give it some strength to start with. And then in between that, you can see it's florist wire, and this was, I believe it's either an 18 or a 20 gauge. 18 would be good, you know, you can still bend it, but it's nice and strong. So you can see here, that's going all the way around, and you can see the pole there in the center, just right in there, that's coming up from the base here. If I go around this side, hopefully you can still see, you can see there, you can see those wires working their way all the way around the head, and they are all anchored in the dummy. Polystyrene is so great if you have anything that you've got to anchor. But polystyrene is brilliant for doing that. Okay, so I am going to take some of these out now, and I'm going to show you just how they look, and also and I'm going to go a bit further up because I want to show you how I've made the indents where, you know, where the hair goes in each time. I want to show you how I've done that.